Hey, Aaron. Nice to meet you. My name's Caola.
Hey, okay.
Awesome. How's your day been so far?
Not bad. Just rolling through a little bit. I had COVID, a month or so ago, and still, coming out of it a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes my voice gets a little hoarse, so I
Mm,
apologize for that if it's kind of hard to hear.
no
Um,
problem. Are you okay? Do you have family? Is everyone else okay?
yeah, we're doing all right. It pretty much swept through our family, but
Okay.
we're all just kind of. It's not like a hard into it. We kind of have these lingering effects that are kind of
Right.
fizzling out.
Well, I'm glad that everyone's doing okay. I mean, it's really scary right now. So, I'm really glad that you and your family are okay. So Aaron, sorry, I just want to switch gears here really quickly. I know that you're coming to me for a couple resources, but before we get started with that, I kind of have to go over confidentiality with you.
Mm.
So what confidentiality means essentially is that anything that you say with me is going to stay in this room unless that I think you're going to be a harm to yourself or someone else. Does that make sense? Is that clear for you?
Yeah.
If you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to ask me. I'll go over it with you. There won't be any problem with that.
Okay. Sounds
So I kind of want to open it up to you, Aaron. What brings you in today?
good. Well, the there's going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Things get a little bit tight. I mean, especially we had sickness running through and everything, and just housing and all that. I mean, we're we're making it, but it's kind of tough. And I was talking about it to some friends the other day, and they said something about you know well what kind of you know resources I've been utilizing because
Mm-hmm.
they knew that I was a veteran, and they said, are you utilizing all these different programs or whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
And outside of the veteran programs, have I tried any other assistance and everything,
Right.
um, just to try to make it a little bit easier, to
Yeah.
provide for my education as well as for my family. So
Of course. So I guess during this time, and especially during COVID, I'm assuming a lot of places aren't really offering leave time, paid sick time. Like during the time you were sick, were you able to kind of financially take care of yourself, be able to take care of your family?
we've just been kind of sliding by because my
Mm-hmm.
wife and I, neither one of us works,
Oh, okay.
and so it's whatever college monies that I can get and garner, plus some of the pay that I get from the VA. That's kind of how we survive.
Okay. So it sounds pretty stressful then.
It can be.
Right. Right. So has this been taking any effect on your grades, your academics, or any of your vocational work?
Um, Not so much on school because I'm very driven. I don't want failure.
Mm-hmm.
But that leads to some issues at home sometimes because so focused on school, you kind of forget about the home life and everything. So sometimes there's strained relations between myself and my wife.
Well, right, and especially if you're so motivated by kind of your future and making sure that you're getting your academic stuff done. Um, Sometimes we become a little bit short sighted, and that goal is the only thing we see. So I definitely understand um, being very stressed out, having a lot of tension on your hands, and the COVID thing making money a little bit tight. So I think it's really really strong that you came over here, trying to ask for additional help and some resources because some people find that really hard. You know what I mean? Um,
It is hard.
so congratulations and thanks for coming to see me, Aaron. Um, so you're going to ASU, right?
Yes.
And you're studying. What is it that you're studying?
Um, Actually, sorry, my I got COVID brain. Sometimes it just
That's okay.
they they said it says like sometimes it kind of alters the way that I think.
Right.
It's hard to like process things or whatever. But I had been going for criminal justice,
Okay.
and I don't know. I kind of thought about changing and leaning up to more like environmental justice or somebody even said social work. But
Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence, And
Right.
I've been going for a little bit, and I really don't want to change up right now, but um, it might be necessary. I don't know. I don't know
So
that it'll add any extra time. So
right, right. So how far along in the degree are you then?
I think I'd have to look, and because I can't remember if this is like if they consider this like the end of my sophomore year or the end of my junior year.
Okay.
Can't remember.
Hopefully, if it's the end of your sophomore year, there's a lot of prerequisites for some classes that do kind of transfer over.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you really are feeling it, you know what I mean. They'll probably most likely be how should I say this? They'll probably most likely be a little bit of a setback. Um, but like I said, if some of those credits transfer over, it might be worth it in the long run. So I guess for you, like, do you enjoy the degree that you're going in for now?
I enjoy it. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't. Maybe at this point, I just don't have a solid feel for what the next step would be. You
Okay.
know, I guess maybe that's kind of the issue that I'm having with it.
Right. So you like it, but kind of figuring out your long term goals with this kind of career path is being a little bit problematic.
Yeah. Excuse me.
No problem. And I'm sorry, I'm just writing some couple notes down just so I don't forget them. I think some of the things that you're saying is really important. And sometimes when I'm doing my notes, it just kind of goes
Oh, that's
like out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I don't write things down, a lot of times I'll totally forget about it.
Right.
And
You
5
know how it
minutes.
is. Note taking and all that. So I wanted to ask as well. Like when it comes to your family, like how are they? Are you able to like take care of like your do you have children?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to like pay for their like tuition? Are you able to like make sure that they're taken care of with like food,
Well,
just like the basic kind of things?
one is at home and one is going to school.
Okay.
Only one that's school age, and public school. So thankfully, we don't really have tuition there. But there's times it gets a little bit rough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that same like help thing. Somebody said something one time. What is it? WIC, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. We haven't like really looked into it.
Okay. But that kind of program does help you out a little bit at least.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't really applied. I I know when I was still in service a few years ago, we looked at it and didn't. We were above the threshold, so
Mm-hmm. But
you know.
that was at the time. And how long ago would you say that you heard that?
Oh, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something. Trying to think of when I was last in. So yeah, it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay. And so like during your time in the service, like as you were kind of like transitioning out, was there anyone with you that was able to kind of like navigate you or like bring you to some of the resources that you might need, like coming into school?
There was we had to go through this. Well, I always called it self tap, but it's SFL tap,
Okay.
and it was like this 2 week program where they had all these resources and people that come in there, but it was so like shotgun at us. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of information I know I probably missed and things, and
Right.
might not even thought too much of. Um, it's a whole lot all at one time.
Mm.
I kind of wish it would have been more structured, more like a month long or 2 month long program where you can actually talk to people and get set up, than to have them come in, do a 15-minute spiel on all the stuff that they get, hope you write everything down, and then you never see them again. But I got the stamp saying that I made it through the program, and you know
Okay.
I just kind of fumbled my way through the program and got out, and that's
So
pretty much it.
it kind of sounds like it was like a really big job fair. Does that sound right?
It was more like
Were they doing
I
like
guess
lectures?
it was like a resource fair in a way.
Okay.
I mean, because they all come in there and and told us about the different programs, and
Okay.
you know, some were employment, some were education or benefits and things. Um, you know, I did use it, and that's how I get a little bit of money from the VA is
Mm.
because I knew about it through them and could get that going.
Right.
So I got a little bit, but yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that probably got missed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if when you have a lot of different services kind of under one umbrella, it makes it easier because they're all kind of nearby, but it is a lot of information. So hopefully, with some of the resources that I have for you, we'll be able to make some of that a little bit clearer, or maybe at least guide you to additional resources that um, weren't made clear before, if that makes sense. Okay. So just wanted to see as well, how are your grades doing? I know that it's been a rough couple weeks. Has this taken a toll on any of your grades or anything like that?
No, I'm still pretty good.
Okay.
My GPA is still it's over 3. I think it's like a 3.2 or 3.3 or
Okay.
something like that. So
Would you be interested in any like additional tutoring programs, or is that do you feel like you kind of have kind of like your academic stuff under wraps right now?
it feels like the pretty much got that. It's, you know, we're just trying to, you know, pay for stuff.
Right. So when you what you're in your sophomore year, right? Is there any like long-term goals that you have? Um, Not particularly within your degree, but just in general.
You know, it'd be nice to. Granted, the market isn't right for it, but um, housing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be nice to own our own home or be in the process of owning our home. You know, at least paying our own mortgage instead of somebody else's.
It's really expensive right now.
Yeah, and you know the rent's going up and everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we do have a lease, so we're kind of protected that way. But I mean, when they keep going up, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that just there's just nothing additional to cover that extra.
Okay.
But you know, if we had our own home, then we're set for 15, 20, 30 years, whatever
Right.
the amount is, if we could afford the house.
So your household, is it a combined income, or are you the only one working right now?
There's no working. It's just
Oh, no working. That's right. That's right. Just doing school.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And do you feel like you could take on that extra workload right now?
Um, it feels like, you know, I could probably try to squeeze in 10 to 20 a week.
Mm-hmm.
My school load, course load, it's not, I don't feel totally demanding. It feels like I've got some free time
Okay.
um, during the days and everything. Really don't want to do it at night because, you know, that's like family time.
Right.
And I spent enough time away from my family, you know, last few years. So.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So, because you have a little bit of free time on your hands, I don't want to overwhelm you. Like adding additional stuff to your kind of your really large plate right now. But there are some different work programs, especially with ASU, the school that you're going to. They do have like tuition assistance and work programs. Might be something that we want to consider for you. So I want to get you in touch with some of the resources at ASU as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a couple different resources, like you said, that you're a veteran. So the Phoenix VA Community Resource Referral Center, or the CCRC, they should be able to help you with an like additional. Well, if you need additional vocational help, which I'm not quite sure, the other referral might be able to help you a little bit better.
Okay.
But if you need help with like making sure that they're finding housing options for you, um, tuition assistance, utilizing the GI Bill, or any sort of like income that you get for being a veteran, they'll be able to kind of help you out with that.
Okay.
And then there's also another place that I want you to see, the Arizona Department of Veterans, the headquarters. They're going to be similar, but they're mostly going to be focused on different housing options that are available for you. Do you plan on staying in the valley or once you get your degree or?
I'm not sure. You know, if I could find a job and be able to live, yeah. But if not, then I'll probably have to, you know,
Right.
find some other place and
Right.
maybe move.
Okay. Okay. So if everything if everything falls right, the Department of Veterans, the headquarters, they should be able to find you some housing by the time that you graduate. It really depends on whether or not we want to change degrees. So really, I probably also want you to try reaching out to the to your academic advisor to see if any of the credits transfer. We might want to take a little bit more time, and I might have to refer you out to someone else as well. But I would try to talk to them and see whether or not criminal justice is really going to be right for you. Um, I know it sounds like you might be on a little bit of a schedule right now, especially if you're trying to get a house within the valley. So I just want to make sure that all of that is kind of going to be streamlined for you. But really, it is your decision. I don't want to like impose any of my values or ideas, but I definitely think that the Arizona Department of Veterans headquarters should be able to help get you a house by the time you get your degree finished if you want to go into criminology. So I'm going to email you with that list of references. But for now, I do have to go see my next client. Is there any other questions that you have for me, Aaron? Anything else I'm able to kind of go over again?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm gonna check up on you about around next week, and like I said, within the next 24 hours, you should be receiving that email with the list of services. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was really great meeting you, Aaron.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All right. Take care.